Welcome to Local Matters. Today we begin with Town of Plymouth Select Board Chairman Ken Tavares, who visited with Julie via Zoom to talk about one of the ways our community is honoring Plymouthians we've lost due to the coronavirus. Julie?
So Ken Tavares, the chair of the Select Board in the Town of Plymouth, joins me today. Ken, welcome. It is the end of October, and you're going to have a wonderful tribute to the people who have passed away due to COVID-19 put in front of the town hall, and it's to do with chairs. If you could talk about how this came about and what you're going to be doing.
Yes, thank you, Julie, for the opportunity to explain the memorial that's going to be up in a few days. Dr. Barry Potvin and I were having a discussion last week talking about his presentation before the Board of Selectmen, and he said one of the things that he would like to see the town do is to memorialize those that have passed away since March due to the virus. He had read an article, as I had done, in the Boston Globe, mentioning that the city of Lawrence was doing this chair memorial, and also it had started in Washington, D.C., where there were 20,000 chairs representing, at the time it went up, 10 people per chair that had lost their lives. And it gives us an opportunity to pay tribute to these folks that otherwise would probably be with us. And in Plymouth, we thought it was important because it's Thanksgiving season that's starting this weekend. And there are going to be people missing from the Plymouth Thanksgiving table. And this gives us, again, the opportunity to grieve with the families and show that we care about them and suffer with them with the loss of their loved ones that won't be there this year.
Right. Thank you for explaining that. Now, where is it going to be and how is it going to be set up, and where are you getting the chairs from?
It's going to be right on the front lawn of Town Hall. And the chairs were generously donated to us by Holtec. Patrick O'Brien from Holtec was talking to us prior to a meeting that we had with the company, and he mentioned that they were giving equipment away. And I asked him if he had any chairs, and he said, by the way, I do. He has more chairs than I want to see certainly set up on the lawn. But it's an opportunity, for us to point out to the community what's happening, and part of the process of loss that we do not necessarily see on a day-to-day basis.
Right, and we need to be reminded that those chairs are empty now. Those will be families that grieve forever because they've lost someone to COVID-19. Now, when people pass by this wonderful tribute that you're setting up, is there going to be any message there or any call to action, or is it just the chairs and people just look at those chairs?
There will be a sign explaining the meaning of and significance of each of the chairs. And, certainly we hope that people will then flash back to what we have been asking folks in our community to do, and that is to wash your hands, keep distance, wear a mask. This will all be tied in together. And as of yesterday, we had more deaths in the community, and there will be, as of today, 82 chairs that would be placed if the numbers stay the same through the week. Wow,
82 Plymouth residents. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, you talked about grieving. Grieving oftentimes leads people to all kinds of different emotions, and some people are angry, and some people are very, very sad, and some people are numb. Can you speak to how we need as a community to help each other and lift each other up and talk to each other and talk each other through this?
Well, I think that the loss of a loved one is difficult. And in our family, we've lost, aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents, and there's forever a hole. But you realize that you have to go on. Life continues, and that you want to remember these folks. But we we all do it in different ways, but I think what's helpful is to know that you're not alone while this is happening, and unfortunately, so many people have died without getting the recognition they need for a life that was well lived on Earth, and this gives us that opportunity.
Right. Absolutely. And can you just end this conversation with some hopeful tones about how we need to change the way we look at each other and address each other and talk to each other and support each other through these next few months until we get to the end of this or to the other side of this?
Well, I think there's a lot that we can do to help each other out. There are so many dissenting views. No matter what side of a request is made, someone says, "Nope, that's something I can't do. I don't want to do, and you can't make me do it." There are other people on the other side of saying, "You must do it. You need to do it." And I think we need to be respectful of one another, knowing that all of us want this to be over. If we had our wishes, and I think we were all somewhat naive in March when this started, thinking that maybe by summer this was going to be done. We didn't have any idea of how far spread this is, and of course now we're entering a second time around, which makes it even more difficult because we know what to expect. But I think the tone of our voice, presenting our dissenting views, could be done in a much calmer way. And we need to look at ourselves and basically go back to the old lesson. I'm going to treat you the way I want to be treated. And I think if we do that and be kinder to each other, we will get through it. Because we know that this is going to pass. And we will prevail in the end, but it's going to take a lot of work on the parts of many of us.
That's right. It'll take work, and it takes courage, it takes kindness, and it takes patience. Thank you so much for that. Did you want to end with a couple lines from that beautiful poem that you read a long time ago?
Oh, yes. Kitty O'Mara, her words, I want to take just one sentence that she had in her words because they certainly apply to this memorial that we're going to be putting up by the end of the week. And that is, and this is quoted from Kitty, "And the people healed in the absence of people living together in ignorant, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger passed and the people joined together, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully as they had been healed."
Wow. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we all look forward to seeing the Chair Memorial. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for the opportunity to explain it. Best wishes to you also. Thank you.
Elizabeth, back to you.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Ken. As we go forward in hope for a time free of COVID-19, we will continue to honor the memories of those we've lost and remember the families affected by this virus.